The Valkyries built a wall just for her at Chase Center, and the refs were ready to swallow the whistle all night long.
Largest lead of the game, plus 11. Clark, a kick ball, Golden State's way. That's all Veronica Burton.
However, by the end of the night, she walked off as the fastest player ever to break a record.
They force another turnover. Clark, the quick pass, whips it right to Cunningham. 500 career assists for Caitlin Clark.
She opened the game by doing something nobody else in this league does, pushing in transition off a defensive stop and finishing through traffic with a quickness that had Golden State scrambling to recover.
Back and forth we go, Caitlin Clark.
Her vision was on the floor before her shot was, finding Mitchell from the top of the key with an overhead pass through traffic that most point guards in this league would never even attempt.
It's Charles who defends Caitlin Clark right out of the gate.
But Golden State had built something for her tonight, because the moment she attacked the basket, Burton was right there to tip the ball away, and the whistle stayed in the pocket.
Picking her up in the backcourt, let her feel her presence.
They put their best driver right at her in isolation, and Williams attacked the gap, finished at the rim, and even she had to shake her head as the ball dropped through.
Against Caitlin Clark and finishes.
She tried to create in isolation, pulling up with a jumper she has hit 1,000 times, and Burton rose up and swallowed it whole, blocking her clean at the top of the key.
Shake, Clark trying to get Burton, Burton with the block.
Burton did not deflect that shot. She trapped it in midair and stuffed it back into her chest, and the replay angle only made it look more complete than the first time. Then they stopped guarding her one-on-one entirely because Burton and Salon trapped her at the top of the key, forced the turnover, and put her on the floor with no whistle.
Largest lead of the game, plus 11. Clark, a kick ball, Golden State's way.
Off a pick and roll, she pulled up from the elbow with a clean look at the rim, and the ball rimmed out like every other look she had taken in the first half had rimmed out before it.
Caitlin Clark along too strong.
The shot clock ran her into a desperate heave from the left corner, and Boston could not connect on the kick out either, and you started to feel a quiet wall closing in on everything the Fever ran.
From three, Clark launches with 1 second on the shot clock.
She drove into the paint, looking for contact, and leaned right into a defender on the shot, and the officials looked at it and kept the whistle in their pocket like it was not their problem.
As well. Clark's got Stokes on her, trying to lean in. Cunningham to Johnson. Off the glass is good.
But then she rose up for a three on the far left wing, and the contact landed so undeniably that even this crew blew it down. 3 free throws, every single one of them buried. On her next jumper from the left corner, Chen ran right into her on the follow-through. 3 more free throws at the stripe, and she drained them clean because the points had to come from somewhere. That is what the first half looked like. A coordinated defensive assault with 11 blocks coming as a team, double coverage on every screen, and officials treating the physicality like it was part of the Valkyries' game plan. By the third quarter, she was 3 of 12 from the floor. The deficit hung there, and Golden State looked like they had figured out something nobody in this league had ever figured out before. When she tried to slow Burton down in isolation, Burton went right through her shoulder for the finish at the rim, and the night kept getting heavier on her by the possession.
Burton up against Caitlin Clark.
She drove to the rim one more time with everything she had left, and Burton rose up beside her and sent the shot straight back. A 5-block night swallowing the lane on every drive.
Clark, her turn to drive up Burton. Burton gets her.
Even her passes were getting eaten alive because a high feed she tried to lift over the swarm got deflected and stolen by Salon at the top. Another empty trip on the board for the Fever.
Dribbling out of traffic. Pass deflected by Salon.
She kept hunting the right matchup and threading entry passes to Boston in the post on 3 straight possessions, and 3 straight times the finish at the rim would not fall for either of them.
To Boston at the post. Boston trying to spin out of that double team. Can't get it. The ball's loose.
5 blocks for Burton, 3 of 12 for Caitlin Clark, a swarming defense choking out every lane, and the Valkyries bench started to believe they had finally solved her. But here is what no defense in this league has ever solved. Because you can block her shot, you can swallow the whistle, but you can never block her pass. She locked up her defender on the perimeter, forced the stop, grabbed the ball, and fired a long outlet to Cunningham for the layup, a routine pass she had made 500 times by then. Except this one was not routine at all, because that was career assist number 500, fastest ever to 1,559 games against Sue Bird's 82.
You see that stat there, 59th career game, fastest in WNBA history to 500 career assists. I mean, just a terrific player, in particular her passing in the open court.
And even when the scoreboard would not bend for her, everything else did, and the Valkyries were about to learn that the thing that makes her historic is the thing they could never take away. She read a bounce pass from the top of the key like she had seen it all night, turned the steal into a bounce assist to Johnson on the wing, and the run started right there in the moment they thought they had her.
This is as healthy as the Valkyries have been. Clark hits it right back and feeds Johnson for 2.
She slid into a passing lane on a Williams drive and tipped the ball clean out of her hands, and what had been an empty Valkyries possession became fever transition the other way.
Around in that situation.
Williams turns it over. Here comes Clark.
When they tried to swing the ball past her in the next set, she jumped the route, ripped it clean, and stepped into an open look at the top of the key from the steal she had just created.
Clark, Latite, tight coverage. Clark off the mark.
She put the ball on the floor, drew the help defender on the drive, and dropped it to Hull in the right corner so clean that nobody on Golden State had to play for it.
Perimeter. Corner shot for Hull, not there.
She found Allen rolling out of a pick and roll and delivered the pass that set up the drive to the basket, the kind of Reed 500 career assists has been built on.
With Burton defending. Gives it to Hines Allen, who leans in, uses her strength.
Off another pick and roll, she slipped a pocket pass between 2 defenders to Mitchell on the drive, and Mitchell finished through the contact for the and one that flipped the energy in the building.
Mitchell driving, will toss it up, count it! Body bucket and 1 for Kelsey Mitchell!
Same set, different angle, and the pass slid through the same gap again. Allen on the drive, the rim absorbing the finish, and the fever run kept building one possession at a time.
Different defender Caitlin Clark has faced her tonight. Clark gives it out to Hines Allen, it'll stay here.
She drove right and caught the cutting Thimpson with a bounce pass through the lane for the layup, and Thimpson buried it, the assist of the game and one of the cleanest reads of her season.
Just uses some elevation and athleticism to get that up.
Right now, Gabby Williams on Caitlin Clark, and Burton was on Mitchell.
On a pick and pop with Boston, she hooked the pass with one hand over a closing defender to find Boston at the elbow for the jumper, a pass nobody in this league throws comfortably.
Some of their numbers. Clark.
And then the shot came back to her, a spot up 3 from the left corner off a screen by Allen that splashed clean through and reminded the building who she still was. The right wing answered next, a spot up 3 off a Boston feed that fell so cleanly it pulled the Fever within 1 in the 4th quarter and lit up Chase Center.
Clark! She'd been sitting for a while, but she's got the hot hand.
And the form was still there on both of those shots. The balance was still there, and the Knight had not broken a single piece of what makes her jumper what it is. She baited Thornton into reaching at the top of the key with the hesitation crossover, drew the contact, and walked to the line because the whistle was not going to silence the whole night. Catching the ball above the wing, she let Williams crash right into her on the catch, drew the foul on the contact, and walked back to the stripe one more time.
Quick hands by Williams.
Driving for the 3 at the left wing, she absorbed contact from Burton on the gather. The whistle came, stopping the possession and giving her team the ball back, and the routine at the line was the same. It has been her whole career, ball and breath and release and splash, every single attempt of the night accounted for at the stripe. She kept pushing the pace anyway, grabbing offensive rebounds and turning them into outlet passes that ran the floor against a defense that had been bigger than her all night long.
Raven Johnson's been a big part of it. I think it's great for them to have that production. Mitchell leaks out, takes the pass from Clark, can't finish.
The last possession went to Boston in the post for a turnaround in the paint. The shot rimmed out at the buzzer, and Golden State celebrated a 2-point win on their own floor at Chase Center.
Had a look at it, but the Valkyries survive.
3 of 12 from the floor, 11 blocks against. A defense built specifically to stop one player, and a scoreboard that finally read 90-88 in favor of the home team. On the same night they built the wall and her shot stopped falling, she walked off Chase Center as the fastest player ever to 1,000 points and 500 assists in the history of this league. 59 games to do what Sue Bird needed 82 to do. 23 games faster than the greatest point guard this league has ever produced on its biggest stage. And the same player whose shot did not fall tonight now owns the highest career assists per game average in the entire history of the league. They built the wall, the refs let them, her shot stopped falling, and she still made history nobody in this league can ever take back.